I'm Rob from Barefoot Gaming, and today we review Failspace in virtual reality. Let's go. Now, how to describe Failspace? See, this is a game where you and a group of other players, actual real people, no AI in this game, have a job of transporting goods from point A to point B, and your ship is not going to be cooperating with you. Now, this is seated, standing, room scale. It is also available in the HTC Vive, the Oculus Rift, Windows Mixed Reality, Valve Index, etc., etc. Now, when I say the game punishes you, it punishes you. This ship is not designed for travel, and there are a bunch of different things you have to control. So there's kind of a pilot type position, but you can go anywhere you want. Speaking of going and movement, you can move via teleport. It's got snap turning, of course you can really turn. It's got smooth locomotion. You can have smooth locomotion on your left hand and teleport on your right. You can really adjust the controls, so bravo on that front. But back to stuff going wrong, because that is kind of the point of this game. Now, like I said, there's a bit of a pilot position, and the pilot has a bunch of power controls, as well as the fact that you can choose how fast the ship goes, whether it goes into light speed, which you kind of have to go into light speed, because what they do in Failspace is you have a set amount of time to actually get from point A to point B, and if you don't make it in that time, the stuff spoils and you don't get anything. And you want to get money because you want to be able to afford things, to be able to fix your ship, because your ship is going to be breaking all the time. When you first walk onto the ship, you'll notice there's a bunch of empty containers, and those containers are like, you can purchase things and store extras. There are fire extinguishers all over the ship, which you will need, because all of a sudden your oxygen is gonna, like, your oxygen system will start on fire, or your engine will get hot and you'll want to use a fire extinguisher on it. There are multiple floors. There's a front and a back to the ship, and yeah, that's kind of the gist. There's a bunch of different subsystems that can all pass or fail as you're going along. There are meters throughout the ship to kind of show you how wrong they're going. In fact, if you're in the front, there's like a large screen that'll show you if things are failing or if things are getting too hot. And almost most importantly of all of this is there's kind of like an instruction book. And this is again sitting somewhere in the front in the cockpit area. So let's say you're getting an error code on your oxygen system. Someone will run back there, tell you what the error code is. You'll open this thing up, flip to it, and then you tell them what they have to flip the switches to, which switches have to be on, which ones have to be off, which have to be... That's the gist of the game, and you just go from point to point to point to point. Now, is this game worth it? That's the real question here, and that's hard to answer. Now, I played this with Louis online, so we were just playing two players. We weren't finding a lot of people, which is often kind of a danger in multiplayer. So if you're going to be buying this game, buy it with friends or know of other people that have it. As long as there is a community available, this game has the potential to be fun. The graphics I really liked. I thought they're cartoonish, which I think suits everything fine. There's a voiceover that comes in that'll tell you that, you know, everything is fine, don't worry about it, it's all good. It's done well. The systems, like how to actually fix them, is actually quite complex, and it's implemented well. I didn't have any glitches, except a couple times when I moved too close to some equipment and I turned around and I was actually inside the equipment, but there too, all I had to do was either walk out or teleport out. It was fine. For me, this game is a little too complicated for two people. Now, because there is only one set of instructions, and because so much stuff goes wrong so fast, like just having your ship sit in idle, things will break. You'll have fires going on, you'll have systems overheating, and you're constantly having to run to this book. Now, the book reminded me a little bit of Keep Talking and No One Explodes, which I haven't reviewed yet, which I probably should. It's kind of a cool game. But one person, really, it's hard to have the book and be trying to fix a system, because more than one system will fail at a time. So you'll have somebody trying to, you know, release coolant and it's offline, and another person's gonna have to start working on the oxygen because that's not working, and everything is failing at once. Hence the point of the game. We found it frustrating. With more people, I think this could be fun. I think I would like to have the option to be able to dial down the difficulty. I don't want things breaking as often. It felt very frustrating, and I felt like I was never getting anywhere. We could just stop and not take any missions, and we were constantly busy just trying to fix the ship. One of my big frustrations with this game is if somebody disconnects from your multiplayer, they can't join again. You have to quit, like not even quit to menu. I couldn't find a quit to menu. You have to quit the game, jump back in the game, and then create it, like host a room and then give them the code and then they can jump into it. But if they leave for whatever reason, or if somebody wants to join an existing game, you're hooped. So have your ship ready to go, and when you leave, that's it. That's how it goes. And the money doesn't really mean anything. I would have liked to be able to do something with it. I would have liked to have been able to either upgrade something or something, but all I was spending my money on were fixes for my ship for the next challenge. So it's okay. I don't really know. I think the game is okay. That's where it sits. I don't really recommend it unless you're looking for a game that you can play with a bunch of other people that you know would be interested in the same thing, because they do a lot of stuff right. But that's my review for Failspace. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment. Like always, if you have questions about this game or anything else, let me know down below. I will talk to you again real soon. See ya.